That's better. So real quick before we start today's episode of Yes, I'm Adopted, don't make it weird. Just wanted to start by saying this. I tried throwing this video up on YouTube last week. For some reason, it didn't work. I don't know if it just got taken down or if I just didn't notice that it didn't work because it said that it was working. I don't get it. But before we get started, we just want to say thank you guys for joining us. We love doing this, so, you know, thank you for the grace that you guys constantly show us. You're amazing. I don't know why I did this. This was super Asian of me. Yeah, let's just get into the video. Thanks, guys. Welcome to adoption. We are the adopted. So thank you guys for joining us on Yes, We're Adopted. Don't make it weird. As always, I am Brett. That is Davo. It's Friday. It's adoption day. We're gonna go eat some adopted food, which is Wendy's. So we had a couple questions come into the channel over the last couple of weeks. We apologize if we have not responded to your guys' comments. It's all his fault.
That's true. I have not been on top of that. I'll respond to your comments.
Yeah.
On typing.
Which
is really similar to Sparkle Fingers if you were watching a while ago.
So today we are going to be answering a couple of those questions coming straight from you guys. If you have any other questions or topics that you would like us to talk about, put them in the comments below. Send us a message on Facebook. Check out our page and all that stuff. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's just get that out of the way now.
That's our first question, Brett.
Here's our first question, Davo. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, this comes from Jen S. Thank you, Jen S. I can't do that anymore.
That's terrible.
Do you wish that you had your Korean or your Korean name, at least your first or middle name? Like, you know, your adopted parents putting that in or giving you that name.
Sure.
You have your name in your legal name, don't you?
Yes.
Your Korean name.
Yeah. So my full Korean name is Koo Don-hoon, and that's actually on my birth certificate. So it's on all of my official paperwork everywhere. I've clearly not referred to myself as that very often, and it wouldn't actually fit on my driver's license. I asked, but at least in Korean, the first name that comes in order is the family surname. So in that case, it would be Koo.
Your last name.
You know, I don't really have a ton of thoughts about that. Like, it makes it easier for me to establish myself, I guess, as an Asian person.
You're a Koo.
Because I'm a Koo.
I'm a Kim.
You're a Kim. And
were we like mortal enemies or something
probably
in Korea at one point?
Just like today.
Curious. Oh, makes sense. I get it.
Yeah. Keep your friends close, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Enemies closer. Anyway.
Buy your mortal enemies lunch.
Yeah. Which you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So.
Hooray.
Thanks. And then, I don't know, like, I feel like it's an essential part of my identity, though it's not like an overt part of my identity, but it also is something that, at least we did this, I don't know if it's common or not, but both of my kids have the Koo as part of their name. So, you know, their first, middle, and then Koo. And then our family name. So, you know, it's part of who they are, and so I think it's important to have it on there. But I also don't know if I'd miss it if it weren't there.
Right. You don't want to go by your first name?
No. So, like, Don in Korean, in an American spelling, is D-O-N-G.
Dong.
So I could just be Dong.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
Welcome to Yes, We're Adopted. Don't make it weird. I am Brett. That's Dong.
Aren't you Hyuk?
Yeah. No, Hyun.
Hyun.
So yeah, my Korean name is Kim Hyun Seok. So yeah, it is last name first. So, you know, Kim, and then your first name. So Hyun, and then your middle name.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess it would be considered a middle name, which is Seok. And so if you are my birth mother out there and you gave up a kid named Kim Hyun Seok, hey, hit me up. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Do you know what that means?
What, Hyun?
Yeah, like your
No,
name?
I have no idea what it means. I've never looked it up.
No.
I barely know how to spell it. Let's see.
I'm Wisdom of the East. Wisdom of the East.
Oh!
Yeah.
That is so fancy.
It is fancy.
All right, I gotta look it up here.
It's actually possible that my Korean name was not given to me by my birth mother, but actually was given to me by the orphanage or foster family. Because what used to happen, I don't know when they stopped doing this in the 80s, but Korean orphans who were not technically orphans, so like had actually living relatives, they would just disassociate you with your birth family's heritage and just give you a new name. And in a lot of cases, like Koo was one of those where it's just like, well, that's common. It's like Smith, you know. So here you go.
Yeah, I get.
This is your new family name.
Yeah. There's a billion Kims out there.
Yeah. And that would have, I guess, been associated with lineage, like patrilineage. So, because there's no father clearly in any of my records, it's just like,
all right,
here you go.
Oh.
Now you're your own thing.
Now I'm sad. I just looked it up. It says there's no meaning for this name.
Oh. What about
It says Hyun Seok is not a popular first name. That's literally what it says right there.
Tell the people what Brett means.
Brett means from Britain. Dude, my names suck. I need new names. Comment down below what my new name should be.
I'm gonna leave so many comments.
So, you know, I don't think it's a big deal that my parents didn't put that in mind. I think it would have been easier. I think I did explain on the channel at one point, I went to get married and they couldn't pair my Korean name and my adopted name together. I think that would have been the only thing that would have made my life easier, is if it was in there. Because they were like, well, we're gonna have to call immigration services and have you taken away forever. Yeah. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah. Is that a touchy subject right now?
That probably is.
Probably is. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
We went there. So, second question, because we are almost at Wendy's and we're gonna hurry this up so we can go eat food and so I can buy my mortal enemy some food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wait, hang on. There we go. Okay, now I have to adjust the camera. So the second question, this is from J.E. Perazzi. Again, this is something that we have hit on in the past before, and we'll hit on it briefly.
Right.
This is, what is your feelings about the portrayal of adoption in books and or movies?
Okay, so it's everywhere. Right? We had that episode where we talked about Disney.
Yup.
And there's probably a link. We can put a link to that somewhere.
Yeah, in the description down below.
I've actually found that a lot of the adoption treatment in media, at least entertainment media, is fairly accurate.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I look at a lot of the stuff, and then I've researched this pretty extensively, and you know, a lot of it is pretty spot on as far as its portrayal of like how adoptees react to things. I just recently read a book by Lisa C., who's very popular, that my wife read because it had adoption as a main theme, which was the Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane, which was pretty good. It's not something I would normally read, but you know, it was enjoyable or whatever. But she got the details of an adoptee perspective, I think, really right, and wrote a lot of that fairly accurately and what those interactions may have looked like. However, I will say this about adoption in the media, and I think this has been our major take, which is that adoptees typically have a propensity for, let's say, fantasy, where we'll think about something that what if. Yeah, or like what if you know, what would my life have been like, or whatever. And a lot of the media that I've read and a lot of the things I've seen are really kind of engaging that fantasy, where like the end of that book, for instance, spoiler alert if you're going to read it, it has like the birth mom and the adopted kid like find each other due to all these circumstances. I mean, it's the main plot line of the book, so it makes sense, right?
Okay,
but like now she's like runs this tea empire and is a bazillionaire, and now they're like totally doing their thing, which is probably what happens to all of us.
So if I find my birth mom, then I'll be a bazillionaire?
Yeah. So if media's taught me anything,
Kim Hyun Seok,
those are the two options, right? In media for adoptees, we can either find our birth parents and be bazillionaires,
yep,
or they were probably killed in some conspiracy and we're actually spies.
Yeah. And we just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
We're just sleeper agents right now, just waiting for that code word to wake us up.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's probably why immigration is such a big deal right now.
Yeah. They're catching all those sleeper agents. That's a horrible thing to say. That is a horrible thing to say.
Join us next week when we apologize for all of our political incorrect. No, we're not going to do that.
No, we're not apologizing, but we are going to be talking about politics next week.
We are going to talk about the politics of international adoption,
Yeah.
which we do know a thing or two about.
It's going to be fun.
That's not appropriate for a drive to Wendy's.
Nah, that's going to be a sit-down talk.
With a
Dave,
desk.
we need to have a sit-down conversation tomorrow.
You want to talk about birds and bees?
There's some birds and some bees. They're having sex with each other, and then humans are born.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Thank you, The Simpsons.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us today on Yes, I'm Adopted. Don't make it weird. Again, I am Hayon Sayuk, which is not a very popular name. And that's Dong.
Dong Hoon.
No, it's going with Dong. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. Join us next week as we talk about the foreign adoption politics going on in the world. We're going to go eat Wendy's. I get to buy him food. A sauce packet. I'll tell you which one next week. Bye, guys.